Almost everyone has been impacted by a data breach. But when a major breach happens and your personal information gets into the hands of a cyber criminal, it can have a lasting impact. That's why James Lee and his team at the Identity Theft Resource Center monitor data breaches across the nation. The ITRC recently released its findings for the first quarter of 2023 and found an estimated 89 million people have had their data compromised so far this year. And while that number dropped slightly from fourth quarter 2022, the ITRC found companies are providing less information about how the breach could have occurred.
What we have seen is companies shift away from providing information about what happened and why because it's not required under their state's law.
A problem, Lee says, because not identifying how a breach happened and taking steps to prevent a similar incident leaves the businesses and its employees vulnerable.
Particularly those who have been the subject of a data breach and they realize that it could have been prevented if they had had more information about what the steps they needed to take to prevent it. That's especially true among small and mid-sized businesses.
And for everyday people, he says it can be equally as devastating.
They're going to use it to impersonate you. They're going to use it to open up accounts in your name. They're going to use it not to take your existing account, but to go and find new ways of pretending to be you.
The ITRC's report also found that criminals target industries that carry a lot of data, everything from the healthcare sector to financial services and transportation to utilities.
So what can business owners and consumers do? Lee says for business owners, recognize you can be a target. So make sure your staff is trained to recognize a phishing attack or when someone is trying to gain unauthorized access into your system. He also says keep track of your software and have protection against malware. And if you have excess data that you're not using anymore, remove it from your systems. As for regular individuals, freeze your credit if you become a victim of a data breach. And also make sure you regularly update passwords on your accounts.
Bad guys want email login and passwords because they know the vast majority of the time people reuse the same password and login on every account. And once that's compromised, they have access to everything you have.
It's why Lee says it's so important to make sure your security is top notch and your software is up to date on everything you use, protecting your data from cyber criminals. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Caresse Jackman.